talk some Nintendo. So you guys know, I'm going through my collection one at a time, just pulling them out and going over them. This is one that's been taking me a while to make. I know the label's torn, but you're looking at a copy of Deadly Towers. There you go. You can see that, right? Deadly Towers. The Broderbund portion of the label is all that's readable. My copy says, what is it? 238? I guess that's an inventory number. Maybe this was a rental game. Could you imagine going to Blockbuster Video in 1991 and renting a game for the weekend and talking your parents into letting you rent Deadly Towers? Could you imagine the disappointment? Like, I know this is a game that everybody takes a dump on, so I really tried to find the good game in it, and it just seems like it's not there. And I think the reason why I tried to find some positivity is because Broderbund, right? They've made some good games. I brought up a list just before I started recording this to catch up on. I knew they did Lode Runner, right? Lode Runner on the NES, that's Broderbund. Great game. They did a championship Lode Runner on the Famicom that had some expert levels. I've got that. That's them also. Very, very good. Legacy of the Wizard, also a good game on the Nintendo. Also Broderbund. And what is the Guardian Legend? I'm dreading getting to the Guardian Legend because I've had it in my NES collection for years and I've never played it. Never, even once. So this, I think, might be a nice early example, not the earliest, but an early example of a game that's... It's only bad because it's so clearly not finished. The first thing you notice is that you're almost completely ineffective against the monsters around you. You go to empty screens and hit a button and it transport you inside of like a store or something, as if they were going to put a graphic of a store there later and just never quite got around to it. And I think what I find sad is that I see what they were trying to do. This is a capable company. They were a capable company. I think if they held on to the idea, and I mean, it must have been rushed to market. I can't think of any other excuse for it. They must have looked at each other and knew, look, we didn't get to do the stuff we wanted to do. The stuff that it does do, we didn't get to make it work. This is going to be a bad game. But if they were able to complete the adventure and really make it work and tick, they could have made something. I'm not going to say like it could have been like a legendary game or something, but the graphics that were there were serviceable, right? There was a knight, you know, you had a sword, you could slash away at the slimes, but I don't know, man. Deadly Towers. So here it is. There's no patching in these days, right? The only games that got updates were fans who went in and fixed things. I don't think Deadly Towers ever got an update like that. So it's stuck for all time in this unfinished state. I got my copy on a road trip. A friend of mine found a game store in like a neighboring town. So we rode like an hour and a half to this neighboring town. Went to the game store, and we would commonly buy games there. We did this like 2 or 3 times. And I got some great games in my collection from this place. Solstice comes to mind. I got Solstice for like $1.99 there. Deadly Towers was $2 also. It was $2, and it came with this ripped label. I didn't do that. Took it home. The whole time I was driving home with it, my friend was just making fun of me the whole way. I had no idea. I didn't know what this game was at that point. It's like, Deadly Towers? You bought Deadly Towers? You bought Deadly Towers? I said, yeah, what's the big deal? It's a Nintendo game, right? It's Broderbund, right? I knew them as the Lode Runner people. They had... I wish the label was intact, because Broderbund Nintendo games, they have half a picture here and then a solid color down there, right? And then there's like a little title. So, man, I wish I had the Guardian Legend or Legacy of the Wizard up here. I don't have a copy of Lode Runner anymore, unfortunately. I got the the championship loader on the Famicom, but I don't have a load runner for the NES. So that's it. I don't know. This is one of those games where it's like the repro market makes me worry about games like this because yeah, it's cheap. Yeah, it's not great, but I feel like people are gonna buy these and destroy them so that they can make repros. Kind of like, you know, Madden football games on the Genesis or something. So I worry about them, and I'm glad I have one, a physical copy. That's all I got to say about Deadly Towers. There's better games out there to spend your money on. There's better games out there to spend your time on. But I've got one. I've had it for years, and I didn't go anywhere. See you on the next one.